investors, so it will be good and useful for you to start with. Maybe one of your friends already told that how and where we need to start. So I have a deck for you, startup deck. I told the investment incentives already the Turkish government has many, but what else? Many R&D incentives I already told, but not going in details. So before just establishing a startup, you need to find the towing problem. I already told in my classes, towing means it will be useful not for you, for who. So you need to find the problem. Then local co-founders, because to get this R&D and the other incentives and supports. And design your business model canvas. I already gave in my lectures, business modeling. Then you need to find good business plan and detail it. Then you start to develop how in an agile and also I call it the new things, maybe the cool farming methodology, how you'll see some slides. So then in a regulation, you need to establish your company. But in Turkey, it's really important, maybe my friends also give me the same things. You need to find a lawyer and also the financial advisor in Turkey first. Maybe the other countries as well. That may be many regulations, but don't go in details because we have really limited time. Why we need to be entrepreneur? Because I'm defending and also defending now the entrepreneurship against the professional career. Because in the near future, you see in a 20 year, we will lose, and also most professional sectors and the jobs and labors will be disappear. So you see the numbers in those countries. So these are the details because of automation and robot sectors. Many countries, many business areas. So this one is important, but you cannot see. In OECD countries, also Turkey is OECD, so 57% of our jobs will be disappeared. So for this reason, you need to be entrepreneur. What is entrepreneur? I think if you have an idea, and also the ambitions, and also excitements, and not fear against the struggles or any problems, so you can be the entrepreneur because it's a mindset. Otherwise, you will be the employee. Just easy idea. So you see the day of the corporate life. It's spinning in the mice or mouse circle, but startup is pushing the rock against the mountain. So intangible assets, I think most of you guys already has because you're here to listen and get some extra information about entrepreneurship. So 10 effortless features or skills that you can rocket your startup. You already saw over there, just passing. Benefit being an entrepreneur, you need more just satisfaction, money, or freedom, or want to success something. So reason to leave the professional jobs is like that. These are the statistics. So bad payments and benefits, and also better role you want to get, but they are not giving to you. So unclear career in front of you, and also the environment is maybe the bad. So you need to get a Eureka, we call it. Where you get Eureka? Sometimes in a toilet, sometimes in a bed, sometimes in a trip or in car, wherever. So you need to get one idea at least. Then start. So startup is not a smaller version of the larger company. It's a temporary organization, so you need to be careful and also serious to organize your organization, find your co-founders, then scalable, repeatable, and also the profitable business model that you need to have. Then to build a startup, you need to have some KPIs, learn it from the customers and use it and iterate it, so restart if you fail. Not the traditional methods, waterfalls and all project management stuff, but you need to use agile methods. Otherwise, maybe you already saw this picture. Customer wanted the first swing, but if you are using the waterfall, after 1 year you are talking with your customer, you will give something wrong to the customer. So agile means sprints every week, every month, every phases. You need to talk with your customer if it's okay or not. So you need to scale because startup started to being a big company, not staying small. So we have some strategies like planning, innovation, execution, and competitive advantage. But I'm not going in that. This one is important. Can you see this? This is a buffalo, like your big idea, but you need to tame it in your house because it's really big. So how? We call it, but you cannot see is the red color over there, cool farming, we call it. Let's brief it. Cool farming, one idea coming from the one creator. You need to find your next friends, co-founders, then around your co-founders, and they need to find another person, another friends, so you need to have some circles around you. Then you need to convince the others and also the market. So there's the interest networks and also the learning networks, you need to obtain it. It's not so hard, but school hunting means in finding a new trends because you need to base your ideas on top of some customer trends. So it will be important. And also the who founded Cool Hunter. I'm also giving these lectures in my lectures. So it's really like this path. You need to live in the future, you need to read all the new things every day and what is missing, problems you need to find and write down. You need to develop or make a prototype. Show the prototype to your friends, your cool farming networks in a coin, then iterate it, then try to find the funding, try to launch, then try to growth hacking. I have many details, but you'll see the pictures and the slides, but I don't know, go in details. Let's see the markets in Turkey for the startups, for the investors' perspective, let's see. VCs, venture capitals, angel investors, private equities, and incubator houses, and also the accelerators in universities. But I don't go in details. If you are really worried and want to know, you will see in the presentation, there are good information over there. This is our ecosystem in Turkey. So we have a good ecosystem now. You will see many accelerators, many universities, technoparks, and also the fundraising in seed parts, and also in the development part, early stages. You can see and you can find those companies as well. Or you can get help from me as well. So in the last quarter, in this year, we had many investments in Turkey, many extraordinary investments also. These are the 23 companies already got the investments. In Europe also we are good relations, and you can use Turkey as a bridge to the Europe countries. So there are the numbers for investing in Turkey. There's our funds numbers. Another relation brief, because I need to raise your energy again. Can I get you again? Thank you very much. Then, investors are looking for what? So they are looking for the new areas, like IT, corporate, customer, and many product workspaces. But how you can find those? This is Gartner's hype, emerging markets and also the emerging technologies. You can find it from Gartner or from the search engines. You can see from the high beginning side, there is 4D printing type of new emerging technologies, like a customer trends. I said you need to base your new ideas on top of these trends. So you can find for example, 10 years, 5 to 10 years, you can see the augmented reality or many virtual reality type of new things. So you can develop on top of those technologies and emerging services. So I give you some hints. These are the 22 new startup requirements from the investors and the funds. Let me read it rapidly. Energy sector, artificial intelligence, robots, biotechs, healthcare, pharmaceutical, and also food and water, education, internet, of course, governmental type of things, human augmentation, augmented reality, science, transportation, 1 million jobs for creation, non-robot type of jobs for the world, programming, Hollywood for the film sector, TVs, diversity, development countries for enterprise software, financial services, and also the telecommunication. Then you will have how you will start. You will start with your story, own story, because you're a foreigner here, so you have some struggle and problems, weaknesses, but you can raise your strengths and also the opportunities in Turkey because we love foreigners and tourists and their cultures. So you can bridge with your country to here, Turkey, but you need to differentiate. All of my friends also told us similar things. You need to go maybe against to the crowd. Then you need to surf on the customer trends we already told. Then market size, you need to define your market segments. Maybe some of you remembering from my business modeling lecture. So customer segment is the first thing. You need to find your customers, and based on some market research and some crowds and also the communities, you need to find some research also. Shukran told the same research. Competitors, you need to find the competitors of your similar service and the products that you want to prepare, and competitors, differentiation and also their strong side, and of course your solution. You need to define, but brief, not a long slides, just one brief slides you can mention. Then also your roadmap. And also many of you already saw this business modeling startup, how business model development. First, find your co-founder, increase your value, because value is important. What you are giving me, what is in it for me? The customer and also the investor will ask the same question. Then deliver value to your audience, your investors, whatever that you are giving. So then capture the value or money. This is business model canvas. I already told and also showed in my lectures. You can find. So in this model is a very important question. Here, many statistics and research is showing that how the people is deciding their product purchase, with the brain or with the heart. Statistics shows that, and also the inquiry, it's emotional. So your heart is deciding what you are buying in zero moment of truth that you decide at the moment. So you need to cover your target segment, value proposition, atomic solutions, we already told, pricing, user interface, customer user experiences, and also customer journey, average tickets, business line preparation. Last slides, business plan is really important, but it's not that much short to explain it. But you can come to my lectures, so it's a selling of my lectures also. I try to sell it. So business plan, and also you need to have some traction. How? With the growth hacking methods we have, so we are also expressing those in our lectures. Not focusing on the one-time selling, just focusing on lifetime value of your customer. How much you can go together. Then, of course, the team is important. My team, you know all of them, and Place Cloud, all of them. So they're really important. So we will do that in such conferences. And you can find the funds, like works it like that, co-founder, family, through the Cool Farmers, I already told, and series A and 2 and B. So select the way to progress. Are you finding the purpose investment or any co-founder? And do not do these mistakes. These are the killing mistakes in startups. Do not waste your time and deliver your idea. As a result, how am I in the timing? So, as a result, we don't need a chief executives, not the professionals and managers anymore. And last magazines I read yesterday and last week, so they all shows that creative guys and also the growth and sales guys we need, not executive and managers anymore. So the world is changing and also everything is changing and also entrepreneurship will be the change. How? You see the here, head and also the rabbit. Everybody tell you that please get out and also throw the rabbit from the head. It's not a case anymore. It's not a magic. So what is magic? You need to first get the rabbit out of it, then you need to get the head out of the rabbit. This is the entrepreneurship in Turkey. Thank you very much. How was it?
It was amazing, sir. Thank you very much.
In 20 or 30 minutes? Timing?
20 or 19 minutes.
Okay, super.
Something great.
Super.
Again, would you
Thank you,
please
Gülşah.
stop for all
It's a
our
gift for you.
speakers?
Just assisting me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.